welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome back. It's another episode of our great show, where this is the best place to get up to date with all the news and big stories of the week in the world of Netflix and streaming and movies.
It is indeed.
All those things.
How are you, Nick?
Very good. How are you, Adam?
I am great. Thank you very much.
Have you been up to much this week?
What have I been up to this week? No.
Okay, good. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
Enough about you. Let's talk about me for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. It was my daughter's birthday.
Of course, yes. How was
my
that?
youngest daughter. So had a barbecue.
Okay.
And a few people around, but
Thanks for the
was it was well, no, as in she had
yes.
some friends around.
I can't think of anything worse. If I'm
party type thing, but it was a bit weird because it was sunny, then just went dark, and then was just windy.
Yeah,
and it's just been a bit crazy.
It's been a bit like that,
but hot.
Lately. Yes, it's still hot, but it's still rainy and cold.
I went outside earlier.
Yeah,
like just I had a few minutes for lunch. I went. Because it looked awful.
Yeah.
Again, dark, rainy. I stepped outside and I was like, wow, it's really hot.
Yeah, it's really warm today, but it's not like raining all day. Yeah. It's weird.
It's like all some of the elements of summer in terms of temperature, but none of the benefits in terms of sun.
Yeah. It's
or
weird.
The ability to sit out.
During my drive home tonight, my window wipers are like automatic. They went like full speed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen them do that.
My car's terrible for doing that when it's not needed.
Yeah.
It's like hugely oversensitive in the old windscreen
scraping
wipers.
along your windows.
Yeah. What else? I went for an MRI.
Why?
On my knee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you injured your knee a few
from
weeks
that injury.
back.
Yeah, from the start of the year. So that was interesting. I've never done an MRI before. So my legs went in. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And it was all the old loud clanking.
Is that the like really big magnets?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's had like a hoop around my knee.
Right.
So that was. It didn't take as long as I expected. It took 1.5 songs on the radio plus a news bulletin.
Right. Okay.
Whatever that is.
10 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But you know when they're like, just don't move, stay still.
Yeah.
You instantly want to move.
Yeah, you get an itch or something, and you're like.
So I was like, yeah, I can stay still. But my right leg, I wanted to just like kick it.
Didn't have anything metal on or anything, did you?
No, not on my hips downwards. No.
If you watch the new Final Destination film.
Yeah.
No, was it the Final Destination film? Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I was just thinking I've seen somebody get squashed into a MRI recently.
Yeah.
It was that.
So yeah, no metals on my like thighs downwards.
Good.
So I took my toe rings off.
Ankle bracelets gone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All good?
I think I probably have. I don't know yet.
Not got the results.
No. I mean, generally, yeah.
Sporting career over?
Put it this way. I seem to be fine in a straight line.
Yeah. Just turning's a problem.
and squats and stuff. And like I said, I'm back at the gym. That's all fine. Yeah. Try and turn, like step out of the car wrong. Feels like my leg's gonna just made of cheese.
Yeah. Oh, really?
So it's definitely a certain movement.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay. Keep us informed.
Okay, fine. I think that was probably the most things that happened this week for me.
Okay.
I don't think I've got in any trouble or anything. No, that I can think of.
If we look a bit washed out on the camera, we've had technical issues with lights and stuff.
Yeah,
so we might need new lights.
This isn't a artistic choice.
No.
We've got a slightly different shade of ring light.
Yeah, the ring light's just decided it only wants to give us one shade of light.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
The other one seems fully
There's like
functional.
three. It can do 3 different tones, but this one's now only going. You're just having one.
I think we've got the harshest tone.
Yeah, we have, definitely. You look all right through the camera. You're a bit shadowed on this side, but we'll see. We'll see how. We might need new ones. Well, we might need a whole new setup. At some point, we're going to need a new setup in here.
Who knows?
But we'll see.
Yes, that's a bit behind the curtain. But
we let people behind the curtain. We're not one of these podcasts that like pretends that everything's perfect,
polished and professional.
Yeah,
you'll get none of that here.
You will not get any of that here.
No chance. Okay, shall we? What shall we do first? A question of the week?
Question of the week. I've got it, I think.
Brilliant.
Would you like me to give it to you?
Please give it to me. I'm ready to receive.
This week's question is as follows. A tiny, well-dressed squirrel
offers you
infinite wealth.
Okay.
but only if you agree to be its personal chauffeur for 1 year. You're obviously going to say yes, but what's your immediate reaction, and what do you imagine your average day looking like?
Sign me up. I mean,
infinite wealth for 1 year's work.
Yeah,
it's a no-brainer. You're doing it. You're looking after this squirrel for a year.
Because, couple of questions. Am I driving a normal human car?
Yeah.
Fine. I can do that.
So. You can't drive a squirrel.
So I'm qualified for this job.
You are qualified for the job.
How far is the squirrel going to want to go?
And where does the squirrel want to go?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's two extremes. Is the squirrel just doing its normal everyday stuff?
Yeah.
Because a squirrel hasn't got that much territory.
Yeah.
Or is this squirrel gone, I am a rich squirrel. I want to see how a human lives. Drive me all around. I want to see the sights. I want to see the whole country. Even so, I'm absolutely fine with that for a year. I'll chauffeur a squirrel around. It's infinite wealth.
What is it? Yeah, infinite wealth. That's what it says.
I'm just his chauffeur.
Yes.
Not his butler or anything.
No, apparently not.
I think for that price, you would expect to be on call 24/7.
Yeah.
But I think
that's fine though.
The average day. So he might need to go to the bank to make a deposit.
Well, he's well dressed, so he's obviously got some money behind him.
Does he have a job? Or has he got so much money? He's given me infinite wealth.
He's given you infinite wealth, so therefore he must have infinite wealth.
He's probably not got a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I think we're doing errands.
Yeah.
Going to see his
get some
well-to-do
from
friends.
Somewhere. He's going to need some nuts at some point.
I reckon I'm taking him to probably some exclusive members club.
Yeah.
Where he can meet his squirrel friends and
hoi polloi. Where would be a good source of nuts? Like Cadbury's World.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that.
This guy's probably got some sort of nut mega empire going on. Yeah. Maybe that's how he made his money. He's supplying this. I'll show for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would as well. I think it's a no. It'd be a fun job, I think. Even if he's a dick.
If he's retired as well, you're probably getting to show him around to cool places.
Yeah.
Like
wait, you want to go to
go to theme parks or
he's going to want to go to cool places
parks,
with trees,
probably.
isn't he? He's going to want to go to Sherwood Forest.
Or drive him to the Eden Project.
Yeah, the Eden Project. So it's somewhere with trees.
And if he's
you're going to get out in nature in that year. You're going to be out and about. He's going to be
if he says right, let's go to Sherwood Forest. We'll get there. A couple of drive, and then he's going to be out all day. We can either get to sit in the limo.
Yeah,
I'm presuming there's a limo. Or
it's got to be a limo, wasn't it?
Or I get to just go and drink coffee all day until he's ready to come back home.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a transitory lifestyle where we go to Sherwood Forest and he's like, no, this is it. I'm staying there tonight. This is my tree.
I'm done.
Yeah. And then that's fine. I'm good with it.
I've just asked an AI to generate an image of him, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
I'll show you afterwards.
Fantastic.
It's suggested that he might be called Mr. Nibblesworth.
Nice. I mean, there's no way you're not saying yes to this opportunity, I don't think.
No. There's infinite wealth.
Yeah.
If it was like a wage, it might be a different question.
So you get your infinite wealth after. I would need a per diem for costs and stuff.
Fuel.
Yeah. Just like my lunch.
Yeah.
Or unless he just wants me to eat nuts. I'm fine eating nuts. So
me too. Good question. I enjoyed that. I just like the idea of a well-dressed squirrel.
Yeah, me too.
It's fun.
Has he got a top hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Got a monocle as well in this image.
Lovely.
And a little walking cane.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
I can't spin the laptop around to show you.
It's fine. I'll look later.
I will show you later. I'll put him in the video.
Okay. Shall we do some news of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start with Tudum.
Tudum. Let's indeed start with Tudum.
Netflix's live showcase.
Yeah, indeed.
So I think what we can say now, we've got what the difference is between the Netflix upfronts from a couple of weeks ago and what Tudum is.
Yes.
The upfronts are more, this project has been commissioned.
Yeah.
This is what you're getting.
Is happening.
Tudum is the razzmatazz.
Yeah.
It's here's your trailers for this, and this, and some more imminent release dates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the actual broadcast?
To be brutally honest with you now,
yes.
I watched 10 minutes of it and then thought, this is not for me.
Oh, fantastic. I love
it started, right? And Sophia Carson comes on,
yes.
host of the show. We know this. She's sitting in her dressing room, and then the ghost of Connie Britton comes on.
Yeah.
Connie Britton's not dead. She comes on. I don't know if she's dead in the show. They did a show together
Yeah.
on Netflix. I don't know if she's dead in that. That's what's the joke. And she says to Sophia Carson, "You can fly." And Sophia Carson, "I can't fly." And she's like, "I can." It's like a skit they're doing backstage.
Sure.
And then it cuts to the live audience and the live stage. And Sophia Carson doesn't fly. She just comes down on a pole
Fine.
in a like a tux. And then she introduces the Squid Game dancers.
Nice.
And you get this montage of the guards from Squid Game marching through various Los Angeles locations, what landmarks. They're like parasailing down the Hollywood side.
Uh-huh.
And then they come out on stage and just start doing this like street dance routine. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I didn't even get to a single trailer.
Yeah.
I was done at that point.
Because like Lady Gaga did some songs.
Highlights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some wrestlers came out.
Sure.
There was loads of trailers. I was like, I'll just watch the highlights later.
I do have a roundup.
It was an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a roundup
Good.
of,
Okay.
I guess, the
I've seen
top
bits
stories.
and bobs.
Well, we'll start with Stranger Things Season 5.
Yeah, this
now
was the big
has
news, wasn't it?
a set of release dates.
3 release dates, I believe.
8 episodes.
Yes.
Which we expect all to be feature length.
Yes. 2 hours each, I would say.
Minimum. If they're not more
Yeah.
for the last couple. Will release in 3 volumes.
Yes.
Volume 1 will release November the 26th.
Yep.
At 5 p.m. Pacific time in the States. So that will actually be 1 a.m. on November the 27th for us.
Okay.
Volume 2. So that's 4 episodes.
Yes.
Volume 2 will be 3 episodes. That will release on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
At the same time, 5 p.m. Pacific, which will be 1 a.m. Boxing Day for us in Europe,
Okay.
the UK. And the finale, New Year's Eve
Yes.
at 5 p.m. Pacific, which again will be 1 a.m. on New Year's Day for us.
Okay.
So you could celebrate your new year.
And then watch Stranger
Then
Things.
watch the 3.5 hour finale of
Stranger.
Stranger Things.
So we're all done and dusted by the 1st of January. We'll be done.
Yeah. 2026, this thing is...
I think that's pretty much when we were expecting it. We knew it'd be like that Christmas time, I think.
Yeah.
It's good to finally have the detail out there.
Do you want a Netflix's official synopsis?
Yes.
The fall of 1987.
Okay.
Hawkins is scarred.
I was like, the 4? I wonder what's going to happen. And then I was like, oh no, it's autumn.
Hawkins is scarred by the opening of the rifts, and our heroes are united by a single goal: find and kill Vecna. But he has vanished. His whereabouts and plans are unknown, complicating their mission. The government has placed the town under military quarantine and intensified its hunt for Eleven, forcing her back into hiding. As the anniversary of Will's disappearance approaches, so does a heavy familiar dread. The final battle is looming, and with it, a darkness more powerful and more deadly than anything they've faced before. To end this nightmare, they'll need everyone, the full party, standing together one last time.
Exciting. Do you have any recollection of what happened in the last episode of Stranger Things?
No.
No, same.
I can remember one of them's in hospital. Max is in hospital because she got broken.
She did.
And didn't they all just...
Yeah, she all got smashed up, didn't she? All
She did.
Yeah.
And everyone else sort of came together
Yeah.
right at the end, because for the whole season, Hopper and Joyce were in Russia, weren't they?
They were, indeed.
My eldest daughter has actually watched the first season
Oh, okay.
of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And I sort of dipped in and out a bit. And man, those guys were young.
They were. All those
So
years ago.
young.
They're like 40 now, those kids.
Yeah. And she's taken a little break. She does want to watch the rest, but she's it must be a couple of weeks now since she finished season 1.
Okay.
As far as I know, she's not started season 2.
Do you think she will?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
She's at that kind of age.
Did sort of say to
now,
her though, not to give anything away, but this show gets to a proper horror show.
It does,
and that first season isn't that.
No, it grew up with those kids, didn't it? It became like, as the kids grew up, the show grew up.
Yeah. That's big. It's big.
I think she'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I think she will. That's big news.
It's big news. That's probably the biggest news that came out of Tudum.
Well, what a year 2025 is for Netflix, because
all of their biggest shows.
And then the next thing I want to talk about is the release date officially for Squid Game season 3.
Yes.
Or season 2 part 2, however you want.
It's season 3 as far as I'm.
No, it is.
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
what it's being billed as.
June the 27th.
Yeah, that's like really soon.
Yeah, it is.
It's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah. We're not volumizing this thing.
No.
You're getting however many episodes are left by the end of this month.
Exciting.
Round that thing off.
Yeah.
Before various remakes from different parts of the world.
Yeah. Loads of Squid Game stuff's going to come. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they end that show.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really intrigued to see where it goes.
Me too. We also have announcements on the dates for Wednesday season 2, August the 6th.
Okay.
For volume 1, September the 3rd, volume 2.
Right. Do we know number of episodes?
Not.
Right.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
You got, as part of Tudum, not a trailer, but the full first 6 minutes of episode 1.
Really?
Is what was shown.
I didn't know that. I haven't seen that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Cool. Along with various songs by Lady Gaga, because she is in season 2. A trailer I have seen, also released as part of Tudum, was the full trailer for Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, I saw this as well.
I love Happy Gilmore, the original movie. I've not seen it for years, but I watched it a lot when I was young.
Yeah.
And I watched the trailer and I was like,
You're in.
I'm actually in. Like, it may not hold up to this trailer at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, it's got the vibes.
Even I see the funny in Happy Gilmore, I think. I don't like that sort of movie.
It's
I
a
don't like
good joke, that is,
isn't
it?
It is a good joke.
The hockey player just coming and smashing golf.
Yeah.
Everyone who's still around is back in this trailer.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler movies always do huge numbers on Netflix.
I have
no reason to think this won't.
I feel like a Happy Gilmore is the closest Adam Sandler's ever got to playing himself. I feel like he dresses like that day to day.
And he's a sports dude.
Yeah.
He's a schlubby sports dude.
Yeah. He is. He's just done really well for himself.
And that arrives in July the 25th.
It's a big few months coming up for Netflix. Lots of big stuff coming.
Also, we had I will say teaser. It was basically just a few shots of various characters for this movie, plus a release date for Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. So
yes,
the third Knives Out movie.
Yeah.
That will arrive slightly earlier than Glass Onion did, which was the big Christmas release a couple of years ago. This one will arrive on December the 12th.
Okay. Big month in December.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the Squid Game stuff.
Strange Things.
Strange Things stuff, sorry.
And one that I think has flown under the radar a bit, but I've seen this teaser trailer and I am well up for this, is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yes, I have seen the trailer for this. This looks great.
It does. Oscar Isaac starring as Dr. Frankenstein, Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein's monster. This arrives in November. Exact date TBC.
I think it's going to be sexy Frankenstein.
I mean, as you'd expect from Del Toro, this thing looks atmospheric.
Yeah.
As anything.
Dark. I can't wait. I think that's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be good. Also, we have a release date for The Rip.
What's The Rip?
The Rip is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's cop drama.
Yeah, we talked about this a few weeks ago.
Film follows a group of Miami cops as they discover millions in cash stashed in a house, leading them to question who they can rely on as word of the seizure spreads. I think this is kind of them trying to get their bad boys, version of Bad Boys going. January the 16th, 2026. We'll get that one.
Sweet.
And also announcement that One Piece Season 2 will not return in 2025, but will return in 2026. There was not clarity on when we would get that. Not a full trailer, but we got a teaser introducing Tony Chopper.
Tony Chopper, great name.
Who is a CGI reindeer.
I'm in. They absolutely don't need One Piece this year.
No way.
they just don't need it.
No.
And you can see why they've kind of held it back.
Yeah.
And I mean, the first series of One Piece is amazing.
It's awesome.
It's really good. So yeah.
I've been badgering my wife to watch it.
Oh,
I think she'd love it.
She would love it.
Yeah. So because I want to rewatch it. But yeah, 2026.
Sweet. Okay.
Date to be confirmed.
That'd be first quarter, I would think.
I would have thought so,
early part of the year.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Big news. Big headlines.
In the next 6 months to have Squid Game, Stranger Things, and Wednesday is huge. That's like their 3 biggest shows.
Yeah.
Apart from Adolescence, I think it's just like jumped in there now, but that's their 3 biggest like big budget.
It's
big
the end
TV
of 2
shows.
of them.
Yeah, and it's the end of 2 of them. It's a big 6 months coming up for Netflix.
They are up until recently the 3 most watched shows ever on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because the news has broken this week. So having now done its
getting you in.
Having now done its 91 days.
91 days.
Yeah.
This a thing now, is it?
Yeah, this is it. So how many views a show has in its first 91 days is sort of how Netflix ranks its.
Is it?
Yeah.
Since when?
Well, I'm just saying that's
when
it
was 28.
Well, it's 91 now.
Okay.
And in its first 91 days, Adolescence is now the second most viewed English language show of all time.
We have to put English language in there because Squid
Game's the outlier forevermore. It has had 141.2 million views since its launch. It has just squeezed past season 4 of Stranger Things, which is about 1 million hours longer, bear in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Bear that in mind.
And that did 140.7, so 500,000 views more. Pretty close.
Yeah, it is pretty close, but I don't think people realise how big a show Adolescence was.
Yeah.
To beat season 4 of Stranger Things, nobody expected that.
No, that's crazy.
Nobody at Netflix knew that was going to happen.
By context, season 1 of Wednesday, the most watched English language show of all time, 252.1 million views.
Wow.
I reckon season 2, I think I've said this before, I reckon season 2 of Wednesday's got a shot at beating season 1 of Wednesday.
I think so. I'd be very surprised if it didn't.
Yeah.
Because all those people who watched it in those first 91 days are probably going to come back. And then everybody's watched it since.
Yeah.
You've always got them as well. Yeah. So do you think Stranger Things season 5's got a chance? It's the last season.
On how many hours of it there's going to be?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to help it.
I think it's got a chance to go past Adolescence. I don't think it will threaten Wednesday.
No, I don't either. It's going to be a really interesting time for that sort of thing. What about Squid Game? I know that doesn't count, but how close do you reckon that's? How well do you think that's going to do?
Season 2 didn't do it. Season 3 is not going to do it.
No.
It'll do really strong numbers. It's not touching that season 1 phenomenon.
No, I don't think anything ever is. Genuinely,
I don't think we can say that nothing ever will. But
it's going to have to be something pretty phenomenal.
I don't think Netflix has got a big enough property to do it. It would have to be something coming out of the blue, like Squid Game, the lightning in a bottle type thing.
Yeah,
that's my gut feeling.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But yeah, Adolescence being the
huge.
second most viewed ever.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
It's big for British drama as well.
Yeah,
because Netflix are going to want more of it.
Yeah,
not necessarily Adolescence, but British,
of course,
procedural dramas.
Of course,
they're going to be all over it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's an incredible achievement
for such a great show as well, and such an important show.
Someone else who's climbing on the Netflix gravy train is, for the first time, I believe, is none other than Russell Crowe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. What's old Crowe up to?
Old Crowe.
Old Crowe.
To his friends. He is going to join do we call it a biopic? I'm not sure that's quite the right word. But he's got a role in Netflix's forthcoming Unabomber movie.
Oh, okay.
He will play a teacher, a Harvard psychology professor called Henry Murray, the guy who basically, according to the synopsis of the movie, subjects a young Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, to controversial psychological experiments, which many believe helped contribute to his troubled past, creating The Unabomber himself. Young Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, will be played by Jacob Tremblay.
Awesome. Great actor.
So, yeah. Also in the movie, Shailene Woodley. And that's going before the cameras this year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Jacob Tremblay's great. Well, everybody knows my feelings on that kid.
He's in a not Mike Flanagan movie here.
Yes, absolutely. He's 18 now as well. That's mind-boggling, isn't it?
I read today an advance review of the Stephen King adaptation, Life of Chuck.
Yes.
And
Gex is in that, isn't he?
It got an incredible review.
Really? I can't wait. I'm so excited for it.
It's not out. Cinematic release in this country is not until the end of August.
Yeah, I know.
And it's out in the States quite soon.
Yeah.
So
Why?
Don't have a delay. That doesn't happen.
It's
anymore.
really rare. I don't know why they've done it. It just causes people to pirate them.
Yeah. It feels like a real throwback.
It is a real throwback.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that, and I can't wait for The Long Walk. I think those two Stephen King adaptations are both going to be great. And the Life of Chuck book isn't that great. I think I told you I read it when I went on holiday.
I have read it as a short story, yeah.
I reread it when I went on holiday last year, and I'm like, this isn't that great, but I've got a feeling you can make it into a film a lot better.
Yeah.
And if anybody can, Flanagan can.
Flanagan. Okay. Netflix has announced that they have closed a deal.
Okay.
To adapt talking of short stories from horror writers, a short story from Grady Hendrix to adapt The Blanks.
Okay. I've never heard of it.
No, I wasn't familiar with this particular story. It will be produced by 21 Laps. Sean Levy, Dan Levine was one of the companies involved with Stranger Things. Sean Levy is a very busy man.
He is.
They have no word yet on director or writer, as this is literally just been agreed this week. It's the second short story that Hendrix has sold recently, because another one, Ankle Snatcher, is being adapted by Sony. But The Blanks involves a family returning to their vacation home on Jekyll Island, as they do every summer, when they start to settle into their familiar routines and abide by the island's unspoken rules. But when the son of the family discovers a friend collapsed and confronted by something unspeakable, the illusion of normalcy shatters, setting off a chain of events that will change all their lives forever.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in.
Like I say, I'm not so familiar with the author, but apparently he has several of his properties in development across several different streaming / movie outlets.
What was his name? Grady Hendrix. Great name.
He has the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires in development at HBO. The Final Girl Support Group in development at HBO Max. How to Sell a Haunted House in development with Legendary Pictures.
I feel like I need to look this guy up. They all sound really good.
And My Best Friend's Exorcism with Amazon.
That's a great name.
So yeah, I also might check some of them out.
I might check some of them out.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then circling back to One Piece.
Yes, okay.
Which is ironic, given what I'm about to talk about, because really it's many pieces.
Yes.
Many, many pieces. Because starting from, now basically, from June, you can pre-order one of 7 One Piece Lego sets.
Okay.
Which, just to confirm, are many pieces.
Yes.
It's not just one Lego brick. And
that'd be awesome. Just
one
like
piece.
It's the full set, but it's just a plastic model.
It's just one bit of plastic just fashioned into a complete set. And maybe we'll put some of these pictures in the episode, because some of them look great.
Are they based on the TV show? The
Netflix TV show.
Cool.
The biggest and most complicated set is the Barity Floating Restaurant.
Okay.
Which is up for pre-sale at $329.
Fuck. Lego is so expensive.
The Going Merry pirate ship is one of the sets. Battle at Arlong Park, Buggy the Clown Circus tent, and the Windmill Village hut are a couple of the smaller ones. You've also got a couple of Brickheads, which is like the chunky character.
Yeah, they're like the Lego's version of Pop Vinyls, aren't they?
Yeah.
Pops.
And there's one of those for Monkey D. Luffy and one for Buggy the Clown. They're all available to pre-order now.
Awesome.
And I guess that's pretty good timing. You know, it's like I say, it starts to whet the appetite for season 2.
I really want to get some Lego to sit there behind where you sit, where that plant is.
Yeah. But
it's just too expensive.
Honestly, check some of these out. These sets are cool.
I can kind of justify Netflix-based Lego because it goes with the theme of the podcast.
Okay.
I just have to get it on camera behind you. And
I did used to have, when they did have pirate Lego, I used to have a couple of pirate ships.
Yeah, I had a pirate ship when I was a kid, I think.
Yeah, the floating restaurant looks amazing.
Oh, wow, that does look
great. We'll throw some of these in there.
Yeah, that does look great.
They will ship from August, but they are available.
You ever think they'd coincide that with the next season?
Yeah, but we don't know how much of that has moved around.
True.
In terms of like we've just discussed with the release dates and stuff like that.
They want them out before Christmas, is what we're thinking.
Yeah, I would have said so. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
So that's that stuff. What's next? Another horror adaptation. This time of a video game.
Okay.
Has been announced. So we're away from Netflix now. We'll move on to movie news. And we're going to have a couple of Blumhouse stories next. Awesome. Because Blumhouse have announced that they are working on a movie adaptation of the paranormal horror game Phasmophobia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You familiar with this game?
Yeah, I've played it. Quite a few times, in fact. I played it in VR.
Looks freaky.
It's terrifying.
Is this like a first person, you're walking around a haunted house?
Well, it isn't a VR game, but I've played it in VR. This actually got a VR mod to it.
It's all people with like melted faces.
So basically, you're a paranormal investigator.
Sure.
And you have to choose your equipment before you turn up at this house in a van. And you choose all your equipment. So you would need like a EMP device and a torch and a voice box and all that.
Sure.
You go in the house and it's just dark and you're kind of wandering around picking up things on these devices. But then eventually the ghost will come. But when it catches you, it puts its hands over your eyes like that.
Yeah.
And in VR, that is fucking terrifying. But it's a clunky game.
Right.
But it's good. I mean, that film's going to be paranormal investigators in haunted houses. There's no like characters in the game or anything.
Yeah.
You're playing yourself and the
ghosts.
Do
they do it as like found footage type?
Could do.
Yeah.
Because you do have like a camcorder you can try and catch the ghosts on and that sort of thing.
Okay.
But it's good in VR, but there's no like story to it or anything.
Is the game to like trap the ghost then?
No, the game is to identify what's in the house.
Right,
so there's like 15 different types of ghosts.
Okay.
So some of them you'll notice there's like fingerprints on the walls, or the thermometer goes low, and you kind of cross off. That ghost doesn't do that. That ghost does do that. And you're trying to figure out what ghost's there.
Right.
That's the game.
Got ya.
But yeah, it's pretty scary. But there's no like characters in it or anything.
Okay. Oh, I'm intrigued. Yeah, I've seen in doing sort of putting this news together, I've seen a couple of screenshots from the game, and there's some freaky looking ghosts there, man.
Yeah. We'll have to have a VR night. You'll have to come around and play it.
Sounds good. We'll carry on with the horror theme.
Okay.
Because also announced this week is that Blumhouse are starting development on a sequel to Ma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wonder if they call it Mama.
Mama.
Ma squared. When do you think that movie came out?
Oh, 2021.
2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's crazy. I know there's been some big world events.
That's COVID for you.
Yes.
COVID just took those 2 years away from us.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I've seen it. It's on Netflix. I've seen it the other day. It came up on my You Might Like feed.
Yeah, I have seen it and I enjoyed it. Yeah. Jason Blum, founder CEO of Blumhouse, said Ma has proven to be a social phenomenon since its release in 2019, with fans eagerly embracing the film and Octavia Spencer's iconic performance. Ma likes to say, "Don't make me drink alone," so we're thrilled Octavia will join us again for a second round.
Awesome.
No word yet on filmmaker, director, writer, or dates, but that's good for her to get her back because
she's like huge now
yeah,
as well. Like a big star. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I did as well. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah, cool.
Cool.
Good
That's
for them.
good. Yeah. Exciting.
And our third and final Blumhouse story
Wow.
is that in an exclusive reported by Deadline, Blumhouse have sealed a deal to buy the IP for Saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which will bring Saw back to James Wan.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty high up in Blumhouse. Yeah.
Okay.
They have acquired the rights from Twisted Pictures.
Yeah, Twisted Pictures made all of them.
Yeah. Lionsgate will continue to be involved as they own a significant portion of the franchise as well in terms of distribution. But yes, Blumhouse is taking over the ownership and the IP of Saw.
Okay, that's interesting.
James Wan co-directed the first one.
Yes.
No, directed the first one.
Directed the
Co-wrote
first
it.
one, yes.
Is that right? And produced some of the sequels, I think.
Yeah.
Before he moved on. Is there more life in the Saw franchise?
Yeah.
Did
just keep doing it.
Okay.
No, I'm not against.
I never saw. What was the one that? Oh,
The Saw X was the last one, wasn't it?
was it? I thought there was this Spiral, the spin-off.
Spiral came before that.
Oh, did it?
Spiral. I bet Spiral's 5 years old.
Yeah, I've seen Saw X. I've not seen Spiral.
Don't watch Spiral. Spiral's terrible.
Okay,
that's the Chris Rock one.
Yeah, is that
That's the first film I saw
from the police
when
perspective?
Yes, when cinemas reopened after COVID, that's the first film I saw.
Did you try to turn it into a Seven movie?
Yeah, kind of. Sam Jackson's in it as well.
Right.
He plays Chris Rock's dad.
Okay.
It's dog shit.
Is it?
It's awful. Yeah, it's really bad. I think Saw X came after that.
I've seen Saw X.
I'm sure that came
whichever
after it.
way around they came. I've never seen Spiral.
Don't watch Spiral.
Okay.
I don't even class Spiral as a Saw movie.
Jigsaw in it?
It's not. No.
Oh.
It's
Okay, fine.
It's a copycat.
Right.
It's technically not a Saw movie because it's called Spiral from the Book of Saw.
Okay.
Which is like inspired by Saw.
Yeah.
It's not in the canon, I don't think.
Okay. Well, if they can bring any more life out of that thing.
Yeah, why not? Tobin Bell will make him
try.
forever. If you want to bring him back, just bring him back. I'm sure he won't mind.
More news on that as it develops over the coming months, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe the most surprising news story of the week.
Okay.
Is, and like we've said before, we know there's an Avatar movie coming when Jim Cameron starts talking
When he
and
can be bothered.
just is around in the news. But he has announced via his social media this week that he's going to work on something that's not an Avatar movie.
Really?
Yes. So obviously, the third Avatar movie, Avatar Fire and Ash, will be out at the end of this year.
Yes.
And make $8 billion, even though no one will go to see it. But
I still don't know anybody who watched the second one. Most successful movie of all time.
But he has announced that. So he's still got 2 more Avatar movies to make. / has already filmed parts of them. So there's going to be 5. That's the plan. But after he's finished the third one, he will be taking a break from that universe, and he will be co-writing The Devils, which is an adaptation of a Joe Abercrombie novel.
Okay.
He will co-write this screenplay with the author himself.
Right.
To ready it for the big screen. The Devils is a book that was released only last month and is described as a fantastical riff on the Dirty Dozen that sees literal demons banding together to avert an impending apocalypse. It kind of sounds like a Suicide Squad for demons.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds interesting.
And like I say, a book very hot off the press. James Cameron said, "How do I describe The Devils? It's a sharply witty horror adventure, an epic battle between good and evil, except most of the time you can't tell which is which. A twisted, stylish, alt-universe Middle Ages romp, where your best hope of survival is the monsters themselves." Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
They will write it together.
I don't know if we've had this discussion before.
Okay.
Do you think that Avatar has robbed us of the career that James Cameron would have had?
I would really like to have seen what he'd have done
Yeah.
if he
'cause it's
hadn't
like, what,
dedicated
16 years since
years
the
of
first
his life to
now?
Avatar. Yeah.
So it's interesting to see where
Some
where he
people
would
love
have
it.
done. Yeah, 100%.
I have
They're the two
no
biggest,
connection
most
with
popular
it
films of all time. But
whatsoever.
no, I don't. And it's just I've not even seen the second one. It doesn't interest me.
I have seen the second one. And I watched it over 2 nights, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, that's why
I
didn't
wanted
watch
to
it.
see what the fuss was about. I didn't enjoy
But it
it.
just makes you wonder what he would have done had Avatar not come along.
Yeah. Just the guy who brought us True Lies,
Yeah,
Aliens, Terminator 2.
yeah. It's just
Titanic.
Yeah, it feels like we've been robbed of something for Blue Aliens.
We're going to watch those 5, if they're 5, or if they end up being 3 Avatar movies. And that second one did nothing the first one didn't do.
No.
And I'd love to talk to someone who's to tell me that Avatar is amazing and it has this great effect on them and this is the brilliant story, because I didn't see any of that.
No,
and
I
I don't
agree.
hear anyone.
You don't hear anybody
pitching
talk
that.
about it. Well, we said, didn't we, when Avatar 2 came out? I don't know anybody who was going out to watch it, and yet it made $2 billion or whatever.
Yeah.
It made. It's like literally don't know anybody who admits to seeing it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I find it so fascinating.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, I don't think you make a great point. It would be absolutely fascinating to see what he would have done.
Yeah.
Because he got over his spending 5 years exploring the Titanic
Yeah.
after the movie, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Really
It's a
interesting.
good talking point.
And the last piece of news this week
Good, because you've nearly done 45 minutes.
is I'm quite excited by this. So,
Okay.
well, I guess it's a double piece of news. So, Kevin Smith, Cannes Festival in May, has revealed he successfully sold the rights to Dogma
Wow.
to get a re-release, because this movie has been tied up in litigation for years,
Yeah.
involving Miramax, Harvey Weinstein. Basically, there's not been a DVD release of this thing for many, 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 many years. It's not on streaming anywhere.
No.
And
I don't even think there was a Blu-ray, was there?
I don't
it
think
ever
it was. And this movie had kind of disappeared. So Kevin Smith managed to get the rights back to this through various legal means, and he has now managed to sell this to get a cinematic re-release.
Awesome.
Details of which have not been sorted out. Anything that will I'm sure happen over the coming weeks and months. But he also noted in a recent interview, which you may not be surprised given his history, he's working on Dogma the sequel.
If you've got the rights back, why would you not?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it his best film?
I think it's a great film.
I agree.
And I really want to rewatch it.
Yeah, same. I can't think of many better.
A lot of people have...
Clerks.
No, I was going to say a lot of people have a lot of reasons why a different Kevin Smith film is their favourite.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know people who think Mallrats is
Mallrats
the
is
greatest
great, to be fair.
the greatest thing he's done, and that is the sort of schlubby teen thing, and it is a great movie.
Yeah. They all were, though, weren't they? That batch of films that he did over those few years.
But
Clerks to
Dogma's funny.
Was Dogma the last one?
1999 it was.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think it's the last one before he tried some mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still got his mates in it.
Yes.
Who just
Were stars at the time.
and Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
Alanis
funny.
Morissette
It's
from-
controversial.
Oh, it's really controversial.
It's got a shit monster in it.
Yeah.
And we might be getting another one.
That'd be
which
awesome.
is interesting.
That would be so good.
Smith said, Dogma's been around longer than I was a normal human being. I've had a whole other lifetime to fill up a script. And I feel like if I'd have done a Dogma follow-up sooner, it wouldn't be what it's going to be now, because I now have the perspective of someone that almost died from a heart attack. So I feel that I can talk about this mortal coil and what exists beyond.
I think for people at our age, this is really exciting news, because it's like this was like prime us. We were like 18, 19 when this came out. We used to watch those Kevin Smith films all the time.
Yeah.
Mallrats, Chasing Amy,
Yeah.
Dogma, Clerks, all the time.
He says he's cracked the story, which has, I quote, a place at the table for everyone from the original movie. If they want to come back, they'll have a role to play. But if not, no harm, no foul.
Who's not coming back for that?
Alan Rickman.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. It's more than unfortunate. It's a
I
tragedy.
know this is about can be about the afterlife, but I don't think we're doing that.
Could you do something
You
with
could.
AI or old footage or something? Maybe. Oh, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
I'm
It
excited
is
for that.
exciting. So let's
If
see
Dogma
what
gets a
happens.
re-release over here, that's a cinema
I'd love to
trip.
go and see
That's a cinema
Dogma in
trip.
the cinema. Yeah,
100%.
brilliant. Okay,
I'll keep my eye out.
that's all the news.
Excellent. Well done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've kind of watched some stuff, but you know when you're like in the room, but I'm interested in this thing, but I'm not. So my wife she started watching like, it feels like only shows that Nicole Kidman's in.
Okay.
Like,
That's
but
a niche.
it looks to me, just sort of checking in every now and again, that it's the same show,
Right. But it's not.
but it's not, because it's
Right.
things like Big Little Lies,
Yeah.
That's
the only one I
Nine
could think of.
Perfect Strangers.
Okay, yeah.
Basically anything that's on Sky Atlantic over here, and Reese Witherspoon produced,
Yeah.
and has Nicole Kidman in. They all look like the same thing to me, and none of them have really grabbed me. But she says they're great, so fine. Maybe it's just not aimed at me. I've started to sound like a stuck record. I've watched loads and loads of Dropout
Yeah.
this week.
What
New
have you been
Game
watching?
Changer. I've caught up on Make Some Noise, where I was
Okay.
up to on that. And then I found a couple of new shows, which I didn't even know. So they've got a show called Parlor Room, which I
Right,
need
what's
to
that?
start. I haven't even watched this yet.
Right, okay.
It's where it's just a set of the cast play board games.
Oh,
And there's
really?
a different episode for each board game. So I'm going to start that this week.
I might
I
start
think.
that. Sounds quite good.
Yeah. And then if I've just got a few minutes, I stick a breaking news on, because they're like
I've watched
5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
They're really funny.
they are really funny.
But that's where they just, again, the cast sits in front of, you've got a news studio, so you've got an anchor, a co-anchor, a weather person, and a sports person, basically, or a roving reporter.
Yeah.
And they have to read a script, an auto cue,
But they don't know what's
live to
coming.
camera,
Yeah.
but they don't know what they're reading out. And it's just,
It's really
how many
funny.
times they crack up.
Yeah.
Whoever cracks up the most loses.
It's really funny.
Yeah. I feel like I can't talk about dropout.
We do talk about. We
but
need to become like a Dropout podcast.
I genuinely think, I don't know how many people would listen. I would love to do a podcast.
Nobody listens to this. It's fine.
Fine. Which is sort of reviews Game Changer each episode.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No reason why we can't
We'll
do that.
squeeze that in
Yeah,
somewhere.
why not? We just come around here every night of the week.
Okay, fine. How about you? What have you watched?
I watched Until Dawn on Saturday night, which is it's a new movie. It's based on the PlayStation video game. I don't know if you're aware of it.
I've heard of the game.
It's one of my favourite games of all time. It's really good. It's Michael Ciamino, I think is how you pronounce him. He was in Love Victor.
Right.
He's like main character guy. It's okay. It's literally not the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know when they do video game adaptations and then just it isn't the game?
Yeah.
Why?
Is
Why
this the
not?
one where you're in the guys in the shopping mall and you have...
No.
No, well, that's not the game I'm thinking of then.
Until Dawn is a haunted house movie where you where you it's like a interactive movie.
Oh, okay.
And you choose. Are you thinking of Dead Rising?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You choose the paths that they're going to go down, and there's
Okay.
like loads of different routes that you play like 7 different characters in this movie. And
Okay,
there's
got
a slasher guy coming after them, and they have just got to survive until dawn.
Okay.
But the movie takes it in a different direction, and the movie's a time loop movie, but it's not. No, not a time. Yeah, I guess it is a time
I
loop
think
movie.
I have played this game. Now you've described... Yeah.
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 So this is a time loop movie. So every time they die, once they're all dead, they replay the night again, and their aim is to survive until dawn. But then they have to keep redoing. But it's not the same every night.
Got ya.
Things change. The slasher guy's in there, and it has the same kind of feel. But there's no characters that are the same. It doesn't reference anything the same. There's a post-credit scene, which is the opening scene of the game.
Uh-huh.
But that's just to appease the fans.
Yeah.
But it was okay. It's silly. It's really silly. It was fine. It was fine.
Okay.
The cast are good. And then I've started the final season of Big Mouth.
Oh, nice.
On Netflix, obviously. Yeah, great. This just Big Mouth, isn't it?
Cool.
It's 8 seasons in now.
Is
It's
it all there?
I believe
take
so.
it through to
Yeah,
the
I
end?
think they've taken it all the way through to the end. You
Nice.
can see, you kind of see where the ending's heading. The first episode of the series was brilliant. I've only seen 3 of them so far. Big Mouth's gone off a cliff a little bit the last couple of seasons, but the first one back was really good.
Nice.
And then the next 2 were fine as well.
I think something else I've watched. So I've got into the latest and current season of Taskmaster.
Okay.
Having dropped off for the last couple.
This season's been great.
Decided not to go back. Just come back to this series, and the cast are fantastic.
Jason Mantzoukas, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what
why it made you think
about
of it, because he's in Big Mouth.
Yeah, he's great on this.
Good. Yeah, he is. He's brilliant.
The whole cast
Taskmaster's
is good.
brilliant.
But yeah,
Taskmaster's always been brilliant.
yeah.
But yeah, I
It
can see
has.
why you can pick and choose the seasons, can't you? There was a really funny joke in the last episode of Big Mouth I've watched, because the kids are growing up.
Yeah.
And they have grown up through the season. But they've redrawn one of the characters now, and he's like
okay.
really happy that he's been redrawn as like a taller. He's got a massive dick now. It's really funny. Yeah, I like Big Mouth.
Good.
It'll be a shame to see the end of Big Mouth, but they've got another show coming, haven't they? So
Yes, they're doing
some
a
sort of
forest animals type of show.
same show but with animals.
Possibly. Okay.
That's it. That's all I've been watching. I think.
Cool.
I've done a few more Black Mirrors. I think I've done half of season 3 now
Okay.
as well.
Nice.
I'm keeping a table, so we'll compare when we're finished.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just taking a little break on that, so I've done everything up to the end of season 4.
Okay. You're a little bit ahead.
Plus Bandersnatch, which I had to do out of order. So
yeah, I won't be able to do that in
No.
my rewatch because that's gone now.
I seem to have caused a lot of controversy in the Discord by very highly rating.
The worst episode of the show.
You know, I thought it was brilliant.
I don't remember. I remember it. I don't remember the detail.
I'm talking about
Metalhead.
Metalhead, which is Maxine Peake being chased by a killer dog.
Yeah, it's IMDb reviews are the lowest of all the episodes.
That's because people are snobby.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just great. I thought it was really good.
Well, when I get to it, I'll let you know what I thought.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Anything else?
Would you like to play a game? We've talked about
Jigsaw.
Saw.
I would like to play a game.
So let's play a game. Let's
Okay.
play a game. Or should we play a game and then talk about Thursday's
Yeah, we'll do
episode?
Yeah, we'll have Thursday's episode.
We'll do that. So I have a list of movies in front of me.
Okay.
And this is going to reveal some things to us about your taste in movies. Well, not your taste, your take on movies.
Okay.
So I am
We
going
all know my taste in movies.
we're gonna kind of do this a bit like we've done. You remember ages ago we did a either or type thing where I gave you like night or day.
Yeah, no, it's a
Bacon or eggs.
no thinking, just straight.
Yeah, so that I want you to approach it with that sort of
Okay, no thoughts. Just
vibes.
Got you.
What do you feel? So I've got a list of movies.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 options.
Yeah.
So is the movie overrated,
Yeah. Okay.
underrated,
Yeah.
or bang on?
Right.
So
Okay.
this
Jesus.
is
going to be controversial,
yeah, you might come out with
especially
some
with me doing it.
scorching hot takes. So think about. So
Don't give it much thought. Just
yeah.
well,
So
first thing that comes
Jurassic
into
Park. Generally, is that movie overrated, underrated?
Yeah,
Or is it about bang on?
Bang on.
Yeah.
Bang on. Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I think so.
People love it,
think
and it's
that's
great.
fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
And I will
How many have we
try
got?
a few.
Okay.
I will see if we do all of them, and I will try and just make a note of what you say in case there are anything we absolutely want to pull you up
I'll
on.
be interested to see if you agree or disagree as well.
Yeah,
That'd be
okay.
cool.
Ready?
Yes.
Shawshank Redemption,
Bang on.
Blair Witch Project.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, no.
Bang on.
Okay. Avatar,
Overrated.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Overrated.
Interesting. The Dark Knight Rises.
Overrated.
Love Actually. Don't know why I said it
Overrated.
like that. Donnie Darko.
Underrated.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
I haven't seen the Grand
Have you
Budapest
not?
Hotel.
Yeah, there might be stuff in here you haven't
Yeah.
seen. I'm surprised you've not seen that. That's fine. We'll leave that. Hereditary.
Overrated massively. Terrible movie.
Hot Fuzz.
Overrated.
Jingle All the Way.
Bang on.
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Bang on. People like that.
Clueless.
Overrated.
The Whale.
The Whale.
Brendan
the
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser movie. He won an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
Bang on.
The Goonies.
Bang on.
Oh, interesting. Children of Men. Have you seen that?
Overrated. Yeah, I have seen that.
Barbie.
Bang on. Great film.
The King's Speech.
Overrated.
Fight Club.
Bang on.
Alien.
Overrated.
The Big Lebowski.
Overrated.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Underrated.
Saw.
Bang on.
Sixth Sense.
Overrated.
Top Gun Maverick.
Overrated. Was good.
Anchorman.
Overrated.
Whiplash.
Underrated.
Tenant.
Bang on.
Speed.
Overrated.
School of Rock.
Bang on.
The Lego Movie.
Overrated.
Gremlins.
People like Gremlins, don't they?
Yeah.
Bang on.
Napoleon Dynamite.
This is so hard. Underrated.
Sharknado.
Very underrated.
The Lord of the Rings franchise.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Overrated.
I'm not splitting the movies out. Twins.
I've seen that for years. Bang on.
Stand By Me.
Underrated.
The Jungle Book.
Overrated?
Oh, interesting. Psycho.
Bang on.
And Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Overrated.
Okay. Well, that is interesting.
Yeah.
You've not...
That was quite hard. That was much harder than I thought it was going to be.
You don't think much of movies. By far your most is overrated.
Yeah, but all of the ones you gave me, I don't know what I was expecting. That was really tough. I've overrated most of them.
Yeah.
Any big ones you want to pick me up on?
What, that you've overrated?
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Hot Fuzz, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Shit movie.
I think...
I just said The Big Lebowski because I knew it. Trigger you.
I'm ignoring that. Overrated Anchorman?
Yeah, Anchorman's way overrated. It's a good film, but it's not as good as people think
Do you
it is.
think the quotes are just...
Yeah, it's just
Put you
memeable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you don't like comedies. Speed's not overrated.
Do you not think?
No. Speed's a brilliant action movie. I wouldn't say it's overrated.
But do people think it's like the best action movie ever?
I don't think so.
Do they not? Oh, I got the impression that people did. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I'd have that bang on.
I also haven't seen Speed for 20 odd years.
I don't think The Jungle Book is overrated. It's one of the greatest animated movies of all time.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I think that's about it for your overrated. I think in terms of controversial.
I didn't do many underrated.
No, so you didn't at all do many underrateds. You've got like...
But you give me big movies and big movies. You give me big movies.
But that's...
Yeah, but most of them are like... There wasn't any like controversial ones in there.
Donnie Darko, underrated. Do you think it's underrated?
I think so.
I think it's maybe
People
I think it's maybe forgotten a bit.
Yeah, that's where I was heading with it, I think.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Did I say that was underrated?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's underrated as a movie.
No, maybe not. That's a movie I haven't thought about for a long time.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of this is like you had no idea what was coming.
Yeah.
So, Whiplash.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of underrated.
Napoleon Dynamite. I think that's a fair shout.
I think that's the greatest comedy movie of all time. So for people to not think that makes me think that they're underrated.
Sharknado. It's definitely underappreciated. I think Napoleon Dynamite is really just easily dismissed.
Yes.
And it's much sharper, more lovable, and cleverer than people give it credit for.
It's a masterpiece. I genuinely love that movie so much.
Sharknado, I was me fishing with
100% underrated.
And you've got, interestingly, Stand By Me is underrated.
Yeah. That just came out
see
and I
the
didn't give it a lot
argument.
of thought, but that's in my top 5 movies of all time. And I don't think it is for many people, I guess. Maybe that's where I was heading.
And only one of them you hadn't seen. Because obviously I don't know exactly what you've seen and not. So that's why I also wanted to keep it fairly,
What was the one I hadn't seen?
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah, I'm not a big Wes Anderson guy.
I think you'd like it.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the new one's going to be very similar to that.
Actually, they're all...
Yeah, they're all the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
It was like they did the... What was that? Was it the French Dispatch you did recently?
Yeah. One I do disagree with, and you wavered over it, to be fair to you.
Yeah.
Was the Blair Witch Project. I think it's underrated.
I really don't know on that, because I think the Blair Witch Project's great. But I feel like the general consensus is that it is.
I think the problem with it is it had all that hype.
Yeah.
It did that huge box office. People went... even though it did that huge box office, people like didn't expect this arty little horror movie that was shot for pennies.
Do you think it's still underrated now, though?
I'd have to watch it again. I haven't seen it for a lot of years.
Yeah.
It affected me.
Fantastic.
That
it really
I was
did.
creepy
As fantastic.
creepy as anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might return the favour review on that one.
Do it.
I might do that for you next week. Right.
Okay.
Let's move on. Before we go, I want to give a bit of a shout out to the Time Shifters podcast. They are a very similar podcast to ourselves. They do like lesser known movies, older. They tend to go with more older movies.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of crossover between our films, but they've recently done a film that we did on our show called 2036 Origin Unknown.
Yes.
Which we put at the bottom of season 3's stream table. We thought it was terrible. They've recently done an episode on it, so you should check that out.
Yes, please do.
Because they're a great podcast, great guys. He's in our Discord.
Chris is a great guy.
Chris is a great guy. They gave us a lot of shout outs on that episode. I got name checked a couple of times. I think you got name checked once. They played our promo, which I don't even think I've got a copy of anymore. It must be 4 years old. So yeah, I just wanted to give them a bit of a shout out. It's a really fun podcast. Those guys know more about me. They've probably forgotten more about movies than me or you know together.
100%.
So you go and check those guys out. You'll find something interesting on that show. Time Shifters Pod, wherever you can find them. They're great.
Yeah, good stuff. And then come back to listen to us again on Thursday because we're back with the movie show.
We are indeed.
And we will be
way out of our comfort zone.
We will be docking the stream boat in a couple of places, actually, because this movie travels around.
We're going to Spain.
Mostly in Spain, because we're going to be watching Ibiza.
Yes, or Ibiza.
A rom-com?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
It's there's the definition of a rom-com.
A Netflix original rom-com.
Yes. With Gillian Jacobs and
Richard Madden. Yeah.
I started that, and I hoped you knew the names because I'd forgotten. This is not the sort of movie that me and you do regularly.
You say that, but
we've done a few rom-coms in our time.
We got a rom-com riding high in the stream table.
We have, that is true. This is the rom-com season. So yeah, come and find out what we thought of that, and do all the things on here, like, subscribe, ding the bell, tell your nan, do all of that. Come back on Thursday on our podcast for the movie show. Next Monday will be another episode of this, and we'll go from there and just keep doing this forever.
Cheers.
Bye.